Oh, I got it.
Can you hear me?
Hey, everyone. Just, oh, hold on. Hi, guys.
Can you hear me?
Yes, so can everybody
Am,
else.
okay, am I yelling at you?
No.
Okay, I'm just checking some. I switched my the setting that I was in, so I'm in my room now. I had to adjust my microphone. I just want to make sure I'm not yelling at you. That's all.
Nope. Hello, Deb. Hello, Irene. As you can see, I had to put a disclaimer up on the channel. It's been one of those days, guys. Just give me 1 sec. I'm just making sure I have both chats open here.
Oh, I have to open that too. All right.
Okay, let me take this off the screen. There we go. Yeah, so Deb, I did hear, yes, Donna has a new lawyer. Thank goodness. Maybe we can get moving ahead on this. That would be great. His name is Joshua Zellman. He's out of Tallahassee. He actually has a very friendly face.
We're calling him Cabbage Patch.
I think he looks like a Cabbage Patch.
He does.
And I think he
Sorry, I can't stop smiling whenever we think about his face. So my cheeks are hurting. Sorry.
I think he's going to be a good lawyer. So, and like I said to everybody, I'd rather her have a good lawyer and get convicted than a bad lawyer and get convicted.
And get an appeal.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right.
I think it's going to be, I think he's going to be good to watch. I think so. I think it's going to be interesting. The lady lawyer was permanently banned from the bench. What a strange choice. Armand, I'm not sure what you're talking about.
I don't know which female lawyer. Huh.
So I was not coming on tonight, guys.
I talked her into it.
Jamie talked me into it. We decided to do a Q&A because today I got struck for hate speech. I do not know. I can't answer to you what speech was struck as hate speech. I'm going to have to write into YouTube to try to get them to explain to me what it was. They did not give me an example of what it was. I don't recall ever saying anything that was hate speech. I don't ever do hate speech in my life. So that being said, I was not coming on. With all this going on and all the fighting, yeah, I know, Deb, we don't allow hate speech. I know. And all that I just was going to curl up, watch some TV, and stay as far away from YouTube as possible. But Jamie talked me into it. So, Jamie, it's your stage.
Yay. Okay. Hello, everybody. My favorite people. I think that for me, I talk to Rochelle. I talk to her. We talk almost every day. And I found out today that one of the videos that I and Rochelle did together was like a copyright strike, except for I would never do that to her in the first place. So I don't know where YouTube's getting that. And that's all I'll say on that. But my other problem is the Coffee Crew knows that Rochelle has never said anything hateful. She stands up for victims. Rochelle is a fighter when it comes to somebody who's been hurt or wronged. She's going to stand up and fight for them. She fights for Dan Markel. She will fight for Jorge or George. You know, there are just certain things that Rochelle's going to do. But even when she's doing that and she's taking a stand, she's not spewing hate. I don't understand where that came from. So I thought that today, I and the rest of the Coffee Crew could ask Rochelle some questions, ask me some questions, My channel's not as good as yours, Rochelle, obviously yet.
You'll get there.
But you have been the person I turn to for, help when I have questions and everything else. I don't understand the hatred that comes across from other, like the ownership of a certain topic or anything like that, because I think that when a topic needs to be covered, that there's not a monopoly on it. It should be out there and more people should talk about certain subjects. And I appreciate the fact that you discuss those hard subjects. So I thought that as the crew that we are for Rochelle and Crime and Coffee, we come out here, show support, and ask some questions. And if there are questions that any of you guys want to ask, I will ask Rochelle and we will go forward. But I think for me, the first thing I want to know, Rochelle, when you decided that you wanted to do a YouTube channel, right?
Yes.
And I know you've told us before, but tell us again, what drove you to go ahead and start this?
I was looking for answers in my own court case. And unfortunately for me in Canada, that's not open. So I found YouTube and true crime court cases in America, thinking that the two countries are not that far off and that we would have some similarities and I might be able to pull information from that. I came across Katie 2, the Adelson case. And
is that you're talking about her retrial?
Yeah, I always call it Katie 2.
Well, no, that's why I was double checking. So you're talking about the retrial.
And in that, I found something different than just answers. I found Ruth Markel and how she was so stoic and was able to sit there and look at these people that murdered her son. And knowing she was Canadian, I was like, okay, I know that shouldn't make any difference, but to me it did. Knowing she was Canadian and she could be this strong, that when I was in court, I could take a page out of Ruth Markel's book and be strong. That's what, and then as a victim of SA and DA, I decided I wanted to give people a platform where they could voice their stories or, help other victims. That's why I started it.
When I'm going to ask you a question, but before I do that, Tennis Girl was asking what the comment was that they claim was hate, and right now we're not sure. Coffee or crime?
Yeah, no, all it did was came up with a big box as soon as I logged in saying you have been struck for hate crime comments. If this continues, you could lose your channel. So I'm going to contact YouTube tomorrow and find out if they can tell me what comment it was.
I almost think I know. I like, as I was reading that from Tennis Girl, I was thinking back to I think, and everybody can correct me if I'm wrong, we're all here all the time, but was it the person who came on here sitting there trying to say that you were victim shaming? Could it have been that? And I could be wrong, but I just thought about that. I'm like, wait a minute. That's an odd.
I'm wondering if it was the person last night.
Right.
I'm wondering if that was the person that struck me. But again, that's not victim, or it wasn't even a hate speech. I was just saying that women don't just lay in bed and willingly give themselves over to an abusive man. They may do it to survive
Placate.
and stuff like that. But in their heart and in their brain, they are not, it's not a willing thing they're doing. So if that was hate speech, I don't know.
No, and you know what? I will be doing that, but I'm going to go out on a limb here because you are 100% right. Look, when a female has a choice, if you want to call it a choice, between being essayed or being beaten within an inch of their life, I will almost guarantee you that they will choose the latter. They will choose the former. How do you say? I hate that saying, but they're going to choose to survive it rather than being beat. And so it's not really a choice. That's no longer a choice that they get. It's either a lesser of the two evils, so to speak. You either get A or B, but you have a third option.
So I just want to take a second and welcome Armand. Were you on last night? Sorry, Armand, I spoke wrong. It was yesterday watching Sarah Boone testify. And Tennis Girl, I apologize. I forgot to say hello.
Hi, Deb. Hi, Irene.
So I just wanted to say hello to you guys. I'm sorry. And I am behind the coffee cup and gavel because I am so tired of people attacking my appearance. I get emails every day and I just, you know what? It's better to stay behind a gavel maybe.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I want to take you and put you on a little shelf. You're so adorable.
Tennis Girl says, girl, please, I love you. I assumed a greeting. You are so good at Crime and Coffee. Thank you so much. I don't know how to stop this. I don't know how to get the channel back to where it should be. I'm floundering in this because I don't know how to get back there.
But that's one of the reasons that I talked her into doing this, because I think that some of what she stood for from the beginning has kind of been pushed down, and she's spent a lot of time lately dealing with the troll because Rochelle does not want to be that person who is going to ban people, who's going to do this or who's going to do that to certain people. She wants everybody to have their voice. However, some of those voices have become toxic, and there's only so much a person can take before they're behind a coffee mug. And I do it all the time, but that's because I don't want to do my hair and makeup, and I'm very, very vain.
Hello, Richard. Welcome to Crime and Coffee. You're beautiful. We love you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Tennis, your appearance, that's crazy, and you are adorable. Please stay with your self-showing. I will, but tonight I won't because I'm in my pajamas already.
Ooh, I'm so glad nobody can see me.
So
I look so bad.
Attack for appearances, yes. It is. It's sad, and it's. Listen, I went through a crazy abusive relationship where the man's now in prison, and I was attacked every single day in every form, and it's not really good for my mental health. So right now I'm just, hello, Claudia, how are you? I'm just trying to regain my composure. You are not the only one being attacked by haters, Rochelle.
Deb, you're right.
Being attacked. Also, I think Paul from Reporting from My Sofa, I think, said something about haters. Yeah, it's. Listen, guys.
I just couldn't sit back. I couldn't. Yeah. I couldn't, like, when it comes to, because I think everybody in the coffee crew, I think everybody agrees, or maybe it's just I have that personality. I'm from California. I'm going to jump. I am that person who's going to fight. And if somebody is attacking Rochelle, I feel that attack, and I'm not going to just sit back. She's much nicer than I am. Maybe the Canadian. Am I wrong? But she's much nicer than I am. I am from California. I will attack. And I'm not going to tonight, obviously, but I will stand up for Rochelle. If I can't fight somebody head on, I will stand up for Rochelle because you deserve it. You've earned it. And everybody here loves you. And I want you to see how much everybody loves you and appreciates you.
So Armand says Deb H. Donna's second lawyers, Jackie L. Fulford, got banned from the Supreme Court bench.
Oh, wow. I didn't know. I'll have to look that one up. Wow. Really?
Yeah, I didn't know about that, but well, hopefully she's an ogre because I'm telling you, Joshua is not, and he's got such a nice, friendly face, and I'm like, come on.
Rochelle and me were talking about him earlier as we were looking up his accolades and all that stuff, and we're sitting there, and he's got these beautiful blue eyes and this really, really unintimidating, how do you say that?
Oh, thank you, Armand. Thank you.
He just has this face, and it made us think of a Cabbage Patch doll. And then I sat there and said, well, if it comes to Donna, should we say do you guys remember the Garbage Pail Kids? Can we turn him into one of those just to make this easier on us? But he looks too friendly. He really does. Let's see him in court.
Tennis Girls says, I love this channel. I'm still bummed they're doing this to you. I knew the fear of being irrelevant when Donna's trial derailed would bring the hate, but this is ridiculous. And Tennis Girl, I agree. And you know what? I do want to say one thing, and this might not be popular. We watched one channel kind of go off the rails. And hey, Crime and Coffee goes off the rails all the time. I'm not holding that against anybody. And I wish that person all the best. I wish, but at the same time, I just want them to leave me alone because I'm only want to speak and stand up for the victims. I don't want to get into the he said, she said, this is that. I don't care. I really don't care about it. And I am sad that these people felt like they had to take their channels down. I would never wish for anybody to have to do that. Like no matter what I'm getting at me, I'm still right here, right now, wishing the best for them and hoping they have a comeback. I really do. Like, I just don't want this anymore. Tennis Girl, yes, we go off the rails with you. It's a different and fun. Yeah.
But I think that is the simple point of it, though, because Rochelle can talk about the serious subjects, the serious topics that everybody wants to talk about, but those same topics can get very, very dark. And we have a way as a crew to kind of lighten. You don't want to lighten a dark subject, but you do want to make it easier for people to ingest, if that makes sense. You want to make it to where people can listen to it without it being overwhelmingly just nightmare at night. So we do as a crew. We stand together and we have our laughs, but we always keep the victims in mind.
Yeah. And hello, Victoria. Hi, Crime and Coffee crew. Only 19 watching. This channel is so amazing. There needs to be 1,900 people watching. Oh, could you imagine?
That's so sweet.
Like, comment, and share. Thank you so much. Hey, Tattles, how are you? What's happening? We're just having a Q&A today. So anything is open. Sarah Boone, Donna Adelson, anything is open.
Although, how many people are in Florida right now? Can I get anybody in Florida? Is Tattles in Florida? Tattles, are you in Florida? Who is in Florida? Because I had a question. I was trying to look it up, and I'm trying to find.
No, don't go into politics.
Oh no, I just wanted to. No, not that kind of question. I'm not going into politics. Aw, Deb.
That's right, Deb. Exactly. That is right, Deb. I come here for emotional healing day. Busy listening about crimes and unaliving. Here we can relax with friends and make fun of the bad peoples. Yep.
That is very true. So we can We can bond together. We can, support each other. We can talk about these things, and we can rail on the criminals and make fun of them, because rash really is spreading through that family. But just saying.
Guys, you all know I'm corresponding with Donna. I still am. And I'm not going to hide that. Now, am I going to go into details right now? No, because she's opening up to me, and I'm going to try to keep that. But,
okay, tennis girl, thank you.
Yeah, Victoria's from Miami. I will be in Miami in March, Victoria.
My question was on the Adelsons. It wasn't political. So that's why I was asking who's in Florida, because I had a question on the Adelsons.
I'm actually getting on the carnival celebration on my birthday.
Ooh.
Out of May in March. So I'm
tiny enough to fit in your luggage, just so you know.
Actually, I have to pay for 2 people anyway. So Maggie says people will always be mean or appear to be mean when they don't know they are. You cannot listen to the hate, listen to the love and support, because you get plenty of that too. Thank you so much, Maggie, and welcome back.
And that is why I made her come on tonight.
Oh, and I guarantee you that it is causing a lot of jealousy, people wishing they had thought of it. Same with filling bar complaint. A lot were jealous they didn't do that. And I agree. You know what? I 100% agree. But it's to the point now where I just want to get Crime and Coffee back to where it started. And yeah, Victoria, that would be great. Awesome. See you in Miami. Hopefully we can have an Arrest Wendy Now rally.
Oh, that would be fun. You could wear your Al t-shirt and
yeah, tennis girl. I think that's really where it started for me when I vocalized corresponding with her. That
it was creating a lot of jealousy. And
yeah.
But again, I'm not gonna sit there and talk about other YouTube channels or anything like that. I just want Rochelle to know that she is supported and that we appreciate what she does. And I wanted to ask her some questions so that she could answer some questions. But I also enjoy the fact that you guys are asking questions. So ask the questions.
Hidden Gem has a comment. Welcome. How did you connect with Donna? Love. Thank you. I'm not sure. I'm old, I'm not too sure what the abbreviations are. Oh, love your channel. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When did you actually, that first letter that you sent off to her?
Yes.
When was that again?
It was months ago.
Right.
It
wasn't right after. It was not right after, but it was after she got arrested after Charlie got convicted, right?
No, it was a month after that because she was in Leon County at the time.
Well, that's what I said. It was a little bit after she got arrested, but after he got convicted. Because he was convicted by the time she was arrested. That's what I'm saying. I think I said it backwards. Sorry.
Yeah. So Hidden Gem, to answer your question, I just went on the jail platform and sent her a message. And she answered. It took a month. And then the next one was about 3 weeks. And now it's being more regular. Maggie, by the way, what the F is wrong with your appearance? That's nuts. Thank you so much, Maggie. Oh, Armand, you.
Oh.
Rochelle was in fine form. Let's just put it that way.
So she says.
It was disgusting.
I was gonna say you and me just had like a 2-hour conversation about this. Or was I more unhinged?
Yeah, she was allowed by that prosecution team to be seen as a victim. And guys, I'm putting it out here right now. After today and all that, I see this woman getting off. I'm putting it out there. Hello, Chris. Welcome.
I think I told you that when we were talking earlier, I was saying the same thing. It's like this prosecution slept on it. They did not, and you said it was because they're men. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think the biggest mistake they did was not have a female on that team, because as two men, they did not want to be seen as attacking a victim. You can't see me doing the air quotes.
I do that too.
They didn't want to be seen as attacking a victim. And
Right.
it's they didn't have to come at her hard. They didn't have to raise their voices. They didn't have to be masculine or what all that, but they still needed to bring her words out and have her explain all this, what she's saying now to what she said then. And they didn't. They dropped the ball. Me too. There is a DV victim on the jury. She just needs one to flip. Yep. And you know what? And I'm going to say this out loud, and I've said it to Jamie. Anybody that's been through a violent DV, violent SA, cannot honestly sit there and say they didn't have a thought in their minds to find a way to end it. Let's just put it that's nicely. Find a way.
I will put it this way, and we're not going to go into detail on this one, but while me and Rochelle were talking earlier, even she and I were talking about the fact that, like, when you are going through that situation, this is not to say that either one of us followed through with those thoughts, but you have those thoughts. It's like, wait, what if? It's just one of those things you're trying to figure out, like, how do you get out of the situation and be safe? It's a hard situation. I am so frustrated with this whole, like, her whole defense irritates me, because in my eyes, I look at those bruises on her. Well, I don't know why I'm quoting, because we saw the picture, but I'm air quoting her arms. And for me, that shows that he was probably trying to restrain her crazy ass from hitting him or doing any more harm to him. And I'm not saying that I know, because I was not there, but that's what those bruises on her arms looked like. It looked like somebody holding her arms in order to keep her from doing any more damage to him.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm just going to hold on. Okay, so I just got to answer some of these people here. Deb says, I've been so ticked off by the Boone trial. I needed to be here tonight. That is what I'm afraid of, Sarah Walking. I agree. Tennis Girl says, I wouldn't be surprised if jury hung. The prosecution is just not bringing it home. They may get lucky, as that video speaks for itself. But then again...
I only going to say, before you move on, I wanted to say something. So go ahead and answer that. But I do want to say something about that real quick.
Then again, that woman on the jury, she's still got an open case against her ex. Nothing's wrong with that. I just don't think she should be sitting on this jury. She is emotionally attached to this situation. And if she truly believes that Sarah has DV syndrome,
can you say what you were saying, like, as you were saying just a second ago, like, if she was I don't want to say it like that either, though. So go on. Never mind, because I don't want to say it like I'm not undoing what she may have gone through. So I don't want to say it that way. I was going to say.
Yeah, like she's emotionally attached to the situation. What's by right she should be, because she is an actual victim. But if she was to sit there and say that she never had a thought of finding a way out, I'm going to put it nicely as that, because I'm so afraid of what I say now.
That's what I was going to ask you. So you're where I was.
She can easily, in that jury room, explain to these people, other people, how that might have happened. And that's what I'm afraid of. I am truly afraid of that. Oh, hello, Dave. How are you tonight? Yes, Deb, if it's a hung jury, yes, it would be a retrial. Oh my goodness, war.
So that's what I was gonna. That's where I was going though. I was gonna say, you know what? The only thing that we can hope for, because of the fact that this prosecution has done absolutely nothing that they are effing supposed to be doing. The only thing we can hope for right now is a hung jury, because that is the only way that they get a redo. If you want to say, if they get a hung jury, the prosecution can come back and they can say, we are retrying you. However, if this bitch is acquitted, that's game over for the prosecution. They can't do an appeal. So I that's the best we can hope for at the moment, because I don't see her getting convicted with this prosecution team.
Yeah, and warfare flare. George Torres was seen entering Wendy Adelson's house in 2014 to help her out with an alibi. Armand says, what kind of battered spouse taunts the abuser like she did? The state did not point that out. And that's what I agree with, Armand, right there. Because there's no bloody way I would have taunted my ex. I just wouldn't. I'd be
not if you thought he was getting out. Not if you thought he was going to have a chance to get you. Absolutely not.
I would have been petrified. And that's what made me mad with the prosecution, because they've dropped the ball so many times. Has your perspective changed about her? No, I think she's still guilty, Hidden Gem. I think she's still guilty. I think she is the aggressor. I think George was, listen, they both were violent to each other. I'm not taking that away. But I do believe she was the aggressor. And I feel so sorry for George's family right now watching this. Yep, state could have used a strike to get her off the jury, but they didn't. It was a gamble. It was a bad gamble. I just don't understand that one. Claudia is great. Claudia is amazing. She's a prime example of what I want this channel to be, because yesterday we were watching Sarah Boone's testimony, and a lot of us were just pulling our hair out of our head, and Claudia come in there and she's like, they'll get them. They'll get her on rebuttal. They'll get them. So Claudia she's great.
I really hope for that. Yeah. I'm worried though, because I think that I'm not on the jury. None of us are, obviously, because we're here talking about it, right? I really hope that the jury continue to stay tuned in to that, because for me, my brain kind of shut off when they did I just can't keep up with this prosecution, because they're doing such a shit job.
Yeah. Okay. So Claudia says, did anyone see the prosecution destroy the defense doctor's testimony? Jamie, I'll let you take this, because I couldn't, honestly, Claudia, I couldn't bring myself to watch it again. I was so worked up last night about it.
But that is literally what I was saying though, is that all of us are sitting here, and thank goodness I'm not on that jury, because I tuned out, because this prosecution is doing such a crappy job. It's like they're not. I have a problem with the fact that from opening statement, and I said this from opening statement, that, we've all, I believe all of us that I'm looking on here, have all watched the Adelson shit show. We've all watched it. Georgia comes out, her opening statements are on point. She has a passion for that case. She wants the Markells to have justice. They can't have their son back, but she wants them to have justice. She wants those people who did this to all be held accountable. When this guy came out, and I can't think of his name, I'm so irritated with him. But when this prosecution, thank you. When he came out and did that opening statement, there was a complete lack of any passion to actually help this family to find justice for Rochelle's corrected me earlier. For George.
The only thing I'll say about that is you also have to put in mind that this prosecution team has been doing this for 4 years.
Okay,
In
George has been
court.
doing this for how many years? George has been doing this for how many years?
But she
has-
hasn't. No, you can't compare it.
I'm saying she hasn't lost her passion. That's all
No,
I'm
but
saying.
you still can't compare it because George has not been 4 years in court with the same defendant every other
Ouch.
week.
Okay. Okay. I have no I have no F's to give for this prosecution at this point because
Oh.
they just don't feel like they give a crap about this case, is what I'm saying. That's how I feel. It doesn't feel like they really care about justice for Jorge.
Hidden Gem said, sorry, I should have specified. Had your view of Donna changed?
Oh.
Sarah is evil, plain and simple. No.
Absolutely not. But Rochelle's gonna do the right, like, it's hard to say the right things. People will take it wrong. That's not how I mean it. But Rochelle is going to play devil's advocate, basically. And she is going to be polite and she's going to be kind. And she's going to get us answers that nobody else is able to get because nobody else can play devil's advocate, apparently.
But here's the thing, guys, and I'm going to be honest. I am as honest as I can be. The corresponding with Donna, there's things that she has said that doesn't change my mind on the case. But what it does do is I remember at the same time she's human. You know what I mean? It's not, I'm not softening. Don't come at me and say, oh my God, she's in Donna's support. That's not what I'm saying. But at the same time, she's human. And I've been vocal at saying, I've never believed Donna was the mastermind. I believe Wendy is the mastermind, and she played her mother and she played her brother.
This is where me and Rochelle agree on a lot of things. We have our disagreements on some things, but I honestly don't know if that's so true because I know women like Donna. And I will say that I think that that Wendy played a perfect victim role to her family and she made them feel sorry for her. But the master behind what happened was, I believe it was Donna. She pulled the strings. Like Wendy gave that sympathy, like the, oh, poor me, oh, blah, blah, blah. But her mom was the one that master planned the way it went down, so to speak.
So, and I totally disagree.
Right.
I totally disagree. Like I said, I think the joke was Wendy's joke.
I believe that. I agree with you on that.
I think Wendy planted the seed with her brother, who was the man of town, I'm the man, I'm the every woman wants me type of thing. And I think that Donna, in her own words, I don't control anything anymore, felt like she needed to control the situation. And she's got Wendy in her ear because we know how listen, if Donna and Charlie, I'll say this right now, if Donna and Charlie took a deal and flipped on that bitch, I'd be happy. I would be happy.
I think that we also may disagree on another aspect on the Adelsons. And that's the fact that and it's been a while since you and I spoke about this, but I also don't know how much Harvey actually knew. And I can only say that because the bee that raised me was very good at manipulating and very good at hiding things and keeping things like, oh, well, it was hush hush on this side of the family, but it was open with these kids and quiet with these kids, and the husband never knew kind of thing.
Mhm.
So and I'm not saying, I will never say that Harvey absolutely knew nothing. I don't think he knew when it was actually happening. I think he knew after the fact.
Okay, I'm just going to answer some of these people. Hi, B. Welcome, my friend. Claudia, that's quite interesting. Claudia says, but you don't think the prosecution proved? Oh, sorry. Sorry, Claudia. He showed her bias very clearly towards Sarah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to go back and watch it later. In my opinion, Donna just tried to make her children happy and her husband. I think she was a control freak. I'm gonna give her that.
Absolutely. Look at her freaking journal, or not her journal, but her freaking daily calendars.
Yeah. B says all the nastiness that is going on YouTube is exhausting. B Rabbit, I can't even. I agree. I agree, Jamie. Wendy kept saying the only way out of this is if Dan's not alive, and Donna decided to make that happen. And like Wendy, and if there's anybody here that is an Adelson supporter, speak up. We can have the conversation 100%. I think that Wendy is the best puppeteer ever. She's kept herself.
Go ahead. Sorry.
She's kept herself out of jail calls. She's kept herself out of wiretaps. She got her mom so wound up that she was sending nasty emails. And guess what? Wendy never responded to those nasty emails. She is freaking clever. Freaking clever. And I'm like, if I have, just say for a chance that there's a Harvey in here under whatever, or somebody else, a member of their family or friends of their family. This is coming from me right now. Either Donna flips or Charlie's going to, because I can guarantee you Donna has no bloody clue what Charlie's up to right now. And it's just time. It's just time, guys. Do the right thing here. Yeah.
I think that her little sunshines, and this is not a what's called on the boys. I just will not name them, obviously, but I will say what she always said, her little sunshines, because I'm talking crap about Donna, not because I'm saying anything bad about boys, but I think that in her mind, these boys, she needed her claws in them. She needed to have control. That is what Donna did. She needed that control. And I think that I honestly, for me, the way I've watched all of these things happen, and I've watched every trial, I think that Charlie was almost the sacrificial lamb, if you want to call him that. Donna was willing to sacrifice him, but she was not willing to sacrifice Wendy because of the boys.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion and the way I see. I know people like that. It's disgusting.
You can see it in so many ways. You can look at this in so many ways. And don't get me wrong, guys. I am very much under the knowledge that I can be being lied to. Right? So I know that. But as of right now, there's no talk about the trial. There's no talk about any of that. Only one has she brought up, Wendy and Charlie. The most of the time, it's all about Harvey and how much she misses him. And Armand says, we need to help grow this channel so that Rochelle can get a YT partner manager. There you go. Deb's, B Rabbit Deb H, hate speech. That's what a load of rot. This is out of it. Yeah, I did get struck for hate speech today. Claudia says, Rochelle, I was talking about Boone. Boone, I will watch it, guys. I will. It's just with everything that was all the emails I got today, and then the strike for hate speech, I was just not mentally prepared for Boone.
Boone, you know what? Boone is a really hard one to follow because of the fact that, like I said, I don't think this prosecution has the same drive to actually prosecute her. I don't feel it. It's frustrating and it's hard for me to watch. It's on my TV right now behind us, and I have it muted because I can't with this one. This is ridiculous. This trial is ridiculous.
Yeah. Tennis Girl says, well, in my opinion, we don't know if Wendy responded. Just because it hasn't been made public doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Same with what. No, and you're 100%, Tennis Girl. You're 100% because we don't know what was going to come out in Donna's trial, but we also have her standing on the stand, and she very clearly said to Georgia, I didn't respond to those. So that's what I'm going on. Hey, Marie, how are you? Hi, all. Yes, Wendy fooled a lot of people. Definitely the mastermind. I agree. And that's what I love about this channel. And that's what I want to get back to, because we can agree, we can disagree, and then we can still laugh and go off the rails together. And I like Tennis Girl at 101. It's beyond disappointing and exhausting. My subs have dwindled significantly because of the nastiness. Rochelle being accused of hate speech is outrageous. B Rabbit, I didn't even realize you had a channel.
I didn't either.
Can you put your link in, B Rabbit, into chat?
Wait, no, I do have him. Sorry.
I know at Tennis Girl 101, I was really excited to find this kind of stuff on YouTube. I canceled Paramount's so I could have the money for a membership. Now there is for Jello. Yeah, it's B Rabbit says, in my opinion, Wendy orchestrated it all. She knew the buttons to push with each family member and played them like a fiddle. She is the mastermind. And I allegedly, because we now need to say that, because YouTubers are being charged for defamation. So we now need to say allegedly, in my opinion. And Armand says, I
disagree with that though. I know that, again, I know that Wendy had a huge part in it, but I think her part in it was that, like, just kind of fine tuning everybody, like a slow kind of, not brainwashing, but kind of brainwashing, in my opinion. She was sitting there feeding these people these little nuggets of information that she wanted in their brains. And that made other people act on it. So, yes,
so
she didn't sit there and create it. Well, in a way, but not necessarily, because I'm saying that Donna, I believe, ended up being the mastermind behind what Wendy was pulling. So Wendy didn't necessarily go out there and, like, you know how you say that she was the person behind that joke, right? Yeah. I agree with you. I agree with you on that. However, so what I'm saying about it was her joke. She turned it around into Charlie's joke after Charlie finally said it also. So these are little things that Wendy is putting in everybody's head. It's like slowly planting that seed that's going to grow. And so I think she planted the seeds, but she didn't come up with a plan of how it was going to happen. I think that was Wendy and Charlie. That's what I'm saying. She obviously manipulated everybody, but I believe Donna pulled the strings for everybody else.
Yeah. Armand says, I wonder if state has caught by surprise that the judge allowed the battered spouse defense.
It's disgusting.
I was so shocked. I was so shocked that somebody can say, I was scared. And that I like Claudia. I'm going to say thank God for Claudia, because she kept me sane yesterday, even though I was going off the rails. And I'll say it again. I hope Claudia is 100% right and I'm 100% wrong. Tennis Girl says, my dream is that there are Wendy wiretaps and email texts. It's just a dream right now. So please let me have, since Donnaria trial got, I dream right with you.
I am really hoping for that. I think Georgia has something. We'll go.
Hello, Elizabeth. I'm fairly new to your channel and have loved all of you, but I'm confused. Who was jealous of your communications? I don't know
Yeah.
who's confused, Elizabeth. I really don't, or who's, if anybody is jealous. I've
Well,
been under attack, let's just say. And
let me
that's,
say it like this, because you are always too polite, and I'm not calling anybody out, but I will explain it this way. I think that we have all seen that trolls have been in here. Trolls have been watching what we talk about, and when they hear the little snippets, because Rochelle hasn't given everything out yet, um, other channels hear about it and they are turning it into things that are untrue, like, oh, now Rochelle is like a big fan of Donna's or whatever, or she's, placating, or however it is. But I think in all honesty it is complete jealousy, because she was able to communicate with Donna rather than the other channels. And that's all I'm going to say. I think it's hate coming from that. That's it.
and B Rabbit, oh, that was my confusion, but B, you should have a channel.
I thought you did have a channel.
No,
Huh.
yeah, Wendy the Puppet Master, absolutely. Deb H, Elizabeth, there are several creators from channels have been saying nasty stuff about other creators like Rochelle. Elizabeth says, cool, thanks. I just read back in chat to catch up and picked up what you are putting down. Thanks, Elizabeth. Oh, Tennis Girl, when the judge allowed, I thought excellent, and the jury will see through all the BS, but the state is blowing it. I agree. I agree. Armand says Wendy threw them under the bus at the police interview and always pointed to them in her testimonies. Despite that, they all continue to have a great relationship with her. I cannot figure it out either. And I'm telling you guys, it takes everything inside of me not to send Donna a message saying, please wake up. Wake up and see what your daughter did to you. I haven't started my true crime channel yet, so I'm not worried about copyright strikes yet. But I feel Wendy and Charlie are bad liars and probably went to an acting class growing up. So they are liars. We know they're liars. We can prove it. Oh my gosh, Jared went on and told everybody that Wendy did take acting classes in school. I think Charlie just thinks he's so charismatic and everybody will just love him and all the girls want him and all of this. So he just thinks he's Don Juan. But Shiraz, hello, my friend. And modding on Bob's channel right now. He's got a break for a court TV interview soon, so I'll jump on then. Thanks, Shiraz. And Shiraz has been a great support today too. Spent, I think, oh my goodness, Shiraz, what, 2 hours on Discord talking with me. Elizabeth Whitney, I love that phrase and you used it perfectly. Got what you were putting down. Hopefully Wendy's taking care of Harvey. It's the least she can do. It truly is the least she can do.
It's funny because everybody was under the belief, or we all thought, that she had skipped town to go to Austin or whatever. But it seems like maybe that's not the case, because somebody's got to take care of Harvey. According to his wife, he couldn't make his way home from an airport. Somebody's got to take care of him.
Yeah. Yeah. You should have a channel, B Rabbit. Who doesn't love a cute bunny, right? B Rabbit says, I've been watching what I can tolerate of the Sarah Boone trial, and I am gobsmacked at how poorly, in my opinion, allegedly, the prosecution is doing. I was so hyped for this trial, and I just can't bring myself. But then again, I've been following the Melody Ferris burn pit trial. That trial is interesting. Yeah, I love this ADHD chat. Boone, YouTube, strikes, and Adelson. It's off the rails. It was off the rails from the beginning. Marie says, I wouldn't care if Charlie was acquitted and they got Wendy. I'd be okay with that. And I would too. Hello, Queen. Queen is from your channel. I want all Adelsons in the slam. You know, and at some point they will be. I honestly, Armand Fence, yeah, it's like the burn pile trial. Melody suggested her son could be responsible if a suspect suggests a family member they are supposed to love. It's likely. Patricia, isn't that disgusting? I am wrapped up in the Melody Ferris trial, honestly. Yes, she fingered Scott from minute one. Scott got vindicated by Martha Jane. That's amazing. Martha Jane's amazing. No specific topic tonight. We are not even getting on tracks tonight. Tonight we are on a boat drifting wherever we want to go. That's okay. You take care of Bob's channel, Stress. You take care. Gina Ross, welcome. Agree, the Melody Ferris trial is fascinating. It is. I cannot understand how this woman is okay with throwing her children out like that. I just, and she sits there like, today was the first time I seen her cry. Today was the first time I saw her cry, and I'm like, why don't you just own it now? Just own it. Welcome, Gina Ross.
Well, since we are not doing anything necessarily like topic wise, can you do me a favor, Rochelle? I have not followed that case and I don't know what's going on in that. So can you give me one of my brief summaries?
Melody Ross, supposedly Melody Ross shot her husband, then burned him. They don't know if he was alive or dead, on a burn pile in her yard. Got all her kids going around looking for him. Couldn't find him. Her one son found human remains in the burn pile, and she's blaming the son for doing it. She is on trial for it. The son's been vindicated. The one daughter is on her side, and the other three kids are not on her side. It's a mess. It is a mess. Yes, Victoria says yes. Anyone who says anything bad about Rochelle has to be jealous of her ability to communicate with Donna and bringing something unique to the table. And I really wish, guys, I really wish I felt safe enough bringing it out, because I the only reason I did it was so I could bring it to the coffee crew. Shrez says, okay, now I'm here. Thank you,
Rochelle,
my friend.
You did a great job. You are amazingly able to do what you said you couldn't do. You broke the case down for me really quickly.
It's a messed up case, and I know like Tennis Girl's following it. I'm trying to remember everybody I've seen. Diane Avery, I'm so sorry. Hello, welcome. Saw another true crime channel. Donna just hired 2 new lawyers. One was a judge with a not so good past history, and also this could be another conflict in the future. Oh my God, I hope not. But the other one, Joshua Zellman, he is out of Tallahassee. And I'm telling you guys, he has the most friendliest face. So welcome, Diane. I'm so sorry I passed you. Carrie Sue, I'm so sorry. Hi, everybody. Question. Why was Wendy's book called Our Story? Should have been My Story. How to Commit Murder and Get Away with it. I agree, guys. I agree. That book, oh my God. I will say it again, and I'll say 100 million times. If you have people that are overstaying their welcome in your home, and they are people that go to the bathroom and like to read magazines or whatever, take all the magazines out of your bathroom and only put that book in there.
I think we should put it on toilet paper.
I guarantee you when they leave that bathroom, they're going to have an excuse why their visit is over. It is to get rid of a guest. B Rabbit says, I'm sad to hear there's a nastiness you're being subjected to, Rochelle. Some humans are sad, nasty nut jobs, in my opinion. And you know what? I've been holding it in, and I think that's why it's got to me, because I haven't let it out. But at the same time, guys, I just want crime and coffee to be a safe place where we can disagree, agree, banter, go off the rails. And these cases can get heavy, and we need a place, because I needed it, and that's why I started it. I needed a place where I can bounce my thoughts and opinions off of other people. And okay, thank you, whoever showed that comment from Patricia, because for some reason yes, and anyone has anything bad about Rochelle I already read that one, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
No. And bad to say Rochelle jealous of her ability to communicate with Donna and bring. Yes, I read that. Sorry. Trying to catch up on chat here. Shiraz, it'll have something to do with their host and bad choice of literature.
Shiraz, are you from Cali? You can keep talking. I just want to know if Shiraz is actually from
Patricia
Cali.
Burns says, anyone who is nasty to you has a screw loose. You know you're good. We know you're good. F them, Crime and Coffee crew. Thanks, Patricia.
Aw.
Yeah, it's because of the F word. YouTube is a prude. Yeah.
Oh, did you use that word?
No, Patricia used the F word, but I don't think.
I thought you were talking about why you got
I don't
except for that's not hate speech. So
no, like in YouTube, they'll say hide comment or show comment.
Oh.
And I show them, because if I'm not allowing somebody in chat to say the F word, come on. This is me. The F word comes out of my mouth like as much as air. So I'm not
Shiraz. How are you, Texas born?
Patricia used it and her comments got struck in a filter. I had to elect to show it instead of hiding it. I agree with you, Shiraz. Thank you.
I didn't know that they did that.
Yeah.
Honestly. That's how small my channel is. I don't even know those things.
I don't like to delete messages. No, me either. I don't like deleting them, guys. But that being said, like I put up a disclaimer, and I'm hoping that we can get our way back to justice for all victims. And if people are coming in disrupting that, then we will give them a warning. And if they don't heed to the warning, then it is what we're going to have to do, unfortunately. Okay, I will amend my filthy gob for the future. No, it's okay, Patricia.
We all have it. You should, I have what do they call it? Sailor mouth? I'm so bad. I constantly have to slow down what I'm saying, because I'm from California. I talk 1,000 miles per hour. I have to slow down what I'm saying just so I don't say the wrong thing. I'll slip out all the F words.
Tennis girl, you're kind of right there. If YouTube flags it, hide it, but not here, you may want to rethink that. People can mask stuff. I believe in free speech, but I also believe in not making YouTube mad. Yeah. They didn't use it, but I think after your channel reaches a specific number of subs, the feature turns on.
I'll never have to worry about that.
Yeah. Patricia Burns, my dear, you are an amateur. EDB uses that word all the time, and it seems okay. Yeah, it's fine.
EDB.
Yeah. Emily D. Baker.
Oh, okay. I love her. Yeah. Cursey words. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I love Emily D. Baker.
I do too.
We could get creative and come up with our own words to cuss on YouTube, and trolls won't know. There you go.
That's very true.
No, the hate speech was not the F word. No. I don't know. I have to. And Tennis Girl, thank you for looking into that. I will send in a review request on that tomorrow. They didn't tell me what it was, but Tennis Girl had said she did some research, and anybody can put a hate strike against you,
Okay.
and
That's
you
why I
have
said
to.
I think it's the trolls. I think it was the trolls that sat there, and just because they couldn't find anything else, that they did that. And that's why I wanted the whole community here tonight, because it doesn't make sense. Now, if anybody knows how in the world she got a copy strike from me, not from me, because I didn't do it, but like, how does that work? Because I can't find a way to fix whatever YouTube did, or whatever whoever did.
And
don't
then
know how to
we've
fix
got
that.
Armand. Shrez says to Armand, she also has sponsors and doesn't have to rely 100% on YouTube monetization.
That's very true.
Yeah.
She's so good.
Emily D. Baker is great, though.
She is.
I enjoy watching Emily.
I watched her throughout the entire her trials. It was great. She's great.
Yeah, and they just put in the strike without even looking at it. I'm sure if they review whatever, they're gonna remove the strike. I would say so, because guys, I was dumbfounded. Like, I was on the phone with Shiraz and I was like, what the heck did I say?
So you could put, like, anybody can report something, and before YouTube even looks at it, they will strike it.
Yep. YouTube is making decisions for everyone now, it seems. Armand says YouTube does not know until you write them. It is an automatic when someone complains. It gets reviewed when reviewed. Revised when reviewed. Yeah, so I'm going to have to send in a review for that. And Diane Avery at Marie, I'd have to agree. As much as all the Adel sins need to go down, Wendy should be the main one. Her whining and manipulation is what had Dan,
exactly,
unalived. Yes. I agree. YouTube owns all our A's.
Not mine yet. I make nothing.
I've seen coordinated efforts to get several people to strike a channel for no reason. They tell you what time the stream goes on, and then they report it using the same reason. That's just sad. Oh. Hello, Jibs, my friend. Hello. Hi, anyone else think Sarah Boone is a robot?
Okay, me and Rochelle were talking about this today. Rochelle, let's talk about that suitcase. If I'm going to ask you a question, I asked you earlier. Let's pretend that you were playing hide and seek, where you hid the person you're supposed to find, and then let's pretend that then you forgot that he was in there, and then let's pretend you went upstairs and you went to bed, right? That next morning you wake up, and we're going to pretend that you're surprised that you found him in the suitcase, no longer breathing. Is that a suitcase you could go near again if this was a tragic accident? If this was a tragic accident, could you go by that suitcase ever again and not have emotion?
No, if I was in Sarah Boone's position, and I was asked to go down by that suitcase, I probably would have vomited. Vomited.
That is not something that you can just pretend didn't happen. Again, we're going to pretend it was her accidental going to sleep and accidentally forgetting he was in there. If somebody passed away in that suitcase and I knew that, that's not a suitcase. Especially if it was somebody I quote unquote loved. That is not a suitcase I could ever go up to and just be like, oh yeah, no problem. Here, let me unzip, let me flip it over, let me do all this. I'm not going to have any emotion to that. Bullshit. I'm sorry, but bullshit.
Yeah, Shiraz says, want me to demonstrate how I use the bat?
Exactly. Oh man, could you imagine if she had done that in front of that jury? Oh man.
Deb says, I know Shiraz left talk about almost self-snitching. Let me demonstrate how I did it. Yep. It's insane. Carrie Sue says, the discussion between the podcast, especially and yeah, have all taken their podcast down. What's happening? Can't we all get along and finally get justice for Dan? Carrie Sue, amen. Amen. I didn't mention their names because I'm not going to anymore.
Yep.
But it even if people don't get along, even if they don't get along, you don't get along with everybody in this world. But when everybody, even including myself, have lost the direction of justice, and that's what I'm trying to get Crime and Coffee back to, because
I think that. Go ahead. Sorry.
Because I'm not here for any of the other stuff. I'm here to keep their names, which I do apologize. My banner's not running. I'm here to keep the names. Jibs, I don't know why you keep putting on a hold. This makes no sense. It only happens to you. Why?
So I think that when it comes to, while you're working on that for a second, I think that when it comes down to it, look, we can all dislike a person, right? Not this, I'm not saying everybody dislikes the same person. I'm saying like you can have people you dislike, right?
No, I don't want every minute.
But then when it comes down to a case, like we'll use the Markel case, right? And everybody can stand behind the fact that what happened was wrong. I think that the dislike for another person should not take over the part where we're looking for justice for that family or for the person who has been.
Claudia says Joel said he thinks the DV jury isn't having any of Sarah's bull. Claudia,
I hope so.
You are the voice of reason for me.
Mm-hmm. I hope so. Seriously, Claudia.
You are. I tell you, I hold on to your positivity. I'm holding on to it. Hey, Jibs and Jabs, sub my mom to your channel. She loves your videos and now know which one is her favorite. Irene says, sorry, I didn't know they all took down their content. Yeah. Just going, so no one should have to wait to post unless we get a lot of people on. We can chat fast. Yeah. Hopefully. Sorry about that, guys. Thank you so much, Jibs.
So back to for a second. So
one sec. Jibs says, can we be honest? Absolutely, Jibs. You can be honest.
When the Markel case happened and you started watching with the Katie Chu, as you say, trial, right? And you started this channel and everything with Dan's mom in mind and her strength and the way she's so
she's just an amazing woman.
Yeah, the way she carries herself. That's the word I was looking for. Sorry. The way she carries herself with still dignity, even in the face of what is going on and the disruption to her life, her grandchildren's life, all of that. You found strength in her. And you decided to do this channel to, I think, and this is my opinion, correct me if I'm wrong, Rochelle, but I think that because of her, you also felt like maybe you were able to use your voice to help others to open up, is what I'm saying. Because you said that she helped you. Did you use this channel to help others to be able, and we have seen other people come on here and talk about their struggles with certain situations, and we try to help them.
Yeah, yes, I did, because I thought and listen, guys, my full story, I've not told, and I won't tell my full story because I don't want anybody to have that image in their head. But at the same time, I thought if I could just help one other person get through what they're going through, or get to have that extra strength, or know that somebody's in their corner, then I've done a good thing. And that's the main reason. So Patricia said to read this because it was funny. I share a house with my ex, and I tried to persuade him to get into a suitcase to see if he could get out. by himself. Guess what he said? I'm not allowed to say it here.
I'm sorry. Oh man.
I'm just going to catch up on some of this chat because it's gotten away with me.
If I told my ex to try to get me a suitcase, I think he would shove me in there.
Becky Ireland says, what the hell? I didn't get any notification that you were on. Oh, that sucks.
Hey, Becky.
Diane, Avery, hit the like button, everyone. Thanks, Diane. And I find it quite a coincidence that Rochelle got a strike about the same time. Yeah, it's let me catch up here. I would like to learn how to file a FOIA. If anybody in the Crime and Coffee crew can help me with that, I would greatly appreciate it. I've reached out to a few. They said yes, and then they just don't answer me again. I'm surprised he didn't say you can't stay here at Patricia Burns. Anyone can report on Dan. Absolutely. And more people need to, because you know what? I'm afraid this is going to go dry. And that's my fear. Defense is trying hard, but the video says it all. Yes, she was a victim at one point, but in this specific case, she is definitely the aggressor. No imminent danger there. And Marie, I agree.
I agree that she was sorry. It's hard when it comes to Sarah Boone. It really is, because of the fact that she was just listen to the way she speaks and her aggressiveness, even with the officers, and the fact that she didn't care about what was happening inside of a condo or apartment or whatever. But listen to her tone. This is not how do I do this without sounding offensive, Rochelle? Because I'm not saying that she was never a victim. I'm saying it's hard to picture her. Maybe that's the better word. It's hard to picture her as a victim with the way she carried herself. There was no remorse. There was no care. There was no shock. There was no sadness. There was nothing. And not everybody grieves the same. Not everybody reacts the same to a traumatizing situation. But there's got to be something. There's nothing. Her eyes are freaking, it's cold. Everything was just cold. It was like, oh, well, he's gone. What? Can I get my cigarettes, please? I'm thirsty. Can I have a Dr. Pepper? I don't care about what's going on in there. I want what I want. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So listen, this is what I say. They were both violent to each other. It was a very toxic relationship. But there's always an aggressor. And in my opinion, Sarah Boone was the aggressor. Armand says the way Sarah explained how George got in the suitcase with his head between his knees makes no sense. She's making things up. I agree. It doesn't make any sense. There is no way his hands could come out in that position, right? Like the two violent fingers. Jibbs says, I asked for Dan Markel's police report. You want it? No problem. I'll send it if you want it. Well, I would appreciate that, Jibbs. But here's the thing. Because I'm Canadian, I have a hard time getting FOIAs because they question it. So I need to have somebody that knows how to do FOIAs. I will pay for them and just be able to get them for me, because it's a little bit. Jibbs and Claudia, hi, your Jeopardy video was funny. Love the creativity. And you have to have Jibbs has a sense of humor, and I appreciate a sense of humor. Swarby says amen. Police work with partners. We pick each other's brains so we can see different perspectives. I agree. Like, I appreciate, and Jibbs, I appreciate everything you do on and off YouTube. That is what we do here at Jibbs and Jabs. Yep. Patricia says, I think Sarah doesn't really remember much from the night being so drunk. Everything she is saying is what she delusionally assumes happened. 100%. She cared more about cokes, smokes, and all those people in the apartment, not too much concern for her BF, other than not wanting to get blamed for it. Yep.
Does anybody remember when the I think I don't know if it was the detectives how it was done, but when they were talking to her about her neighbors and how she was like trying to go to neighbors' houses or something like that, that no neighbor wanted to deal with her, and then she started disparaging the neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. I was
Yep.
just wondering, like, I'm starting to think because this case is what's it called in my brain. I'm like, am I thinking of the right case? Because I think all of her neighbors were avoiding her as much as they could. I mean, look at the guy that was on the neighbors that were on the stand. And he's like, man, I just didn't want to even talk to her.
No, exactly. Becky Ireland. My interest in true crime started at the age of 9. Aunt, unalived uncle,
I don't know.
unalived. Then I worked in 3 Ohio prisons as a food service coordinator. All I want is justice for all. Becky, I am so sorry for your loss. And I appreciate you for sharing that. Thank you so much. And that's all I want, guys, is justice. And it's just sad that we've lost that. And I want us to get back there. There was no charge. Thanks, Jibs. Carrie Sue says everything happened after the bar complaint. I love this. I hope Rash gets in big lawyer trouble. Yeah, he's better pull on his big boy pants, eh, Carrie Sue? Dan
The funny
had
thing
a
is,
police report.
the funny thing is about Rash is that I'm waiting for the ethical was like piled down on top of him because the things that he was doing was so unethical. I missed that part. Act crimes on tape. Which part, Shraz?
Yeah. The
Which
part you're
part?
talking about, the neighbors.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the neighbor, like she, the police or the detectives. It was in the interrogation room, if I remember correctly, and they were sitting there ask or talking about the neighbors because she was saying she was going to the neighbors' houses and stuff like that, but nobody was answering. And she was sitting there talking about, oh well, they are drunks or they're always fighting or they're this or they're that. She was like disparaging the neighbors so badly. It was like it wasn't that. These neighbors were literally trying to avoid you. They didn't want nothing to do with you, lady. Like seriously, she was toxic.
Yeah, tennis girls. Oh yes, I got a visual when the guy was on the stand, and they all
Yeah,
look out the window and crack the door to make sure she was nowhere around when they leave. Right?
it's
Patricia
like being a
says,
prisoner in your own home.
"Yeah." Patricia says, "Crimes untangled. You are right. She wanted to use the toilet, but they wouldn't let
That's what it
her."
was.
And she said that they treated her badly and were nasty people anyway. Yeah.
Exactly, Patricia. Exactly. It's disgusting. She was like, this is a woman that everybody tried to avoid.
Yeah. Listen, I have neighbors. My next door neighbors on the one side of me, they are so annoying. And I I had a pool in my backyard, and they reported me to the city because I had a pool in my backyard. Turns out that I didn't get a permit. I didn't realize I needed one because I had a fence. But that being said, it turns out it was the next door neighbor because she was mad because her husband would seem to sit out in the backyard
Oh my.
if I was in the pool. And I thought, this is ridiculous. And because I'm a single woman, it was an issue for her. I like, this is when it's just petty stuff. Donna trial got derailed and things started to simmer. Then the bar complaint was filed, subs grew big time, and Rochelle communicating with Donna and realization several will soon be irrelevant. And I don't want nobody to be irrelevant. I honestly don't, because like I say in here, having different views on things can make you realize something you weren't realizing before. And I just think that I would go and take and listen to other people's views, because listen, I'm not American. I'm Canadian. And I don't know everything about American law, nor do I ever represent that I do.
But
So
Rochelle has said I can move with her. I'm moving to Canada with Rochelle.
there you go. And so I like having all the different perspectives. That's why I always say in here, can any of my American friends help me with this? Because I'm Canadian. I'm a small channel. I don't know how to do the FOIAs that all these other channels get, which I wish I did. And so I would feel like I'm contributing to the community at a wide if I was able to do these FOIAs. Yeah.
My
I don't wish
my
anyone
attorney-
to be relevant, but Dan's case is going to have a very long lull. Several will be. Yeah. And I just 100% just wish that this community, Crime and Coffee, and the outside communities could band together just for justice for Dan. Like on this channel, we don't just do Dan Markel. Is it my stepping stone into this? Absolutely. Will I give up on Dan Markel? Absolutely not. But I want to be for all victims. All victims. Doesn't matter if it's a unalive victim, if it's an R victim, or sorry, an SA victim, a DV victim. It does not matter. Swarby says America number one. I listen, I'm Canadian.
Yeah.
You've all heard me say it. I think America is great.
Yeah.
The two, what happened? I'm jumping in. Hello, neighbors. Mine was the press of a gang. My ex-hub was a cop. I had undercover cops at my door at all hours because their walls were bugged. I was pregnant, part 1. Oh, there's another one. Let me go back. The cops listened from my house until all hours of the night. They watched from my bedroom window, but the gang knew. They knew the cops were there and threatened me. Oh my goodness, the two.
Wow. I think, oh man.
Oh, come on. Thank you. Thank you, Shiraz. I appreciate that. Like, there's no need for this, guys. No need. Nothing.
Why do I always miss something? Okay, go on.
That is unbelievable, Latu. Unbelievable. Did you guys have to move? Oh.
So when so you, Rochelle, you don't have
the airlock. Thanks, Jess.
So Rochelle, you don't have like a background in like criminal justice or anything, and you're not American. You're so. Anyways, I say that sarcastically and jokingly, by the way, but you don't have a background in criminal justice, right? Rochelle?
No, I don't. No, my background is being a victim.
Okay, so that was my next point. So you coming into this is to find answers for victims. Or a voice, like I said, a voice for victims, right?
That's it. That's all it is. That's it. Rochelle.
So when you ask everybody, like you sit there and you do say those comments about how, okay, my American friends help me out here and stuff like that, it's because you are looking for those answers, and it's not because you're being snarky, obviously, right?
No, it's not. I'm not being snarky whatsoever. I appreciate any knowledge that I can get. And like I said, I'm not going to sit here as a Canadian and say, I know everything about American. I do not.
And I know that. I just want everybody else to be able to hear you say it.
Yeah.
Because you are so sweet, and I don't like what's happening.
Rochelle, the Freedom of Information Act is available to everyone. Doesn't matter which country you're in. No, I agree, Becky. It doesn't. But I don't know how to do them, is what I'm saying. At Tennis Girl, it's been redacted already. It is, so it was free. Shiraz, yeah, I read it. Thank you so much for pointing that out to me. Armand Afoya, I'm interested in is Sarah Youssef and Rob Adelson's deposition.
Ooh.
Same here, Armand.
Let me look into that.
I'll send it to Rochelle. You can get from her, or I can send it to you. The gang violence in America is out of control, and I am so grateful I live in a community where I can leave my door unlocked and feel safe. Oh, Victoria, I'm not even getting into that one. I'm not even touching that with a 10-foot pole. But
That's that one.
I used to be able to live that way, Victoria, where I didn't lock my doors or lock my windows. And now I live in the same community where I never used to do it before. And I have to lock all my doors, all my windows, make sure all my cameras are running. And it's not because of anything outside. It's because I don't know who's coming for me. Our neighbors didn't own a lawnmower. When the weeds were 2 inches high, the city would step in. They had a Hell's Angel flag in their front window. Wow, Latu. We have Hell's Angels here.
What is like? I just back to the Adelsons for 1 second. I have a question. I was looking up the
Jamie.
Sarah. Yeah.
You're sounding like a robot.
What? I am a robot. Let me see if I can fix that.
Oh, is it my computer? Hold on, guys, for some reason.
Because my settings are fine.
Oh, something's going on.
As I was looking for the Sarah Youssef deposition, I found new discovery from the state on Wendy Adelson and the WhatsApp and Scott Radius. What's that about? Do you know? Did I just find it? Ooh. Okay. Oh, okay. Did Rochelle just disappear on me? Because I can mumble all night long to myself. Oh, yay. I'm a talking head all by myself. Rochelle, hurry back. Hi, Barb. I just found something that looks like the deposition of Sarah, but I don't think it's the full deposition. I think it's only 1 page. I'm trying to find more on it. I think I can, who can I call? I think I can make a call to find the rest of it, but that's frustrating. Okay, so I know, hi, everybody go follow me. No, I honestly, since she can't say anything for 2 seconds, oh dang, she's back, and now she's going to be able to stop me from talking. Everybody, tell her to be quiet.
No, go ahead.
I was just really frustrated today when I was talking to Rochelle because I, like the rest of you, because I've seen your guys' comments also, and so I think everybody here knows the frustration with hearing, like, and not everybody hears what she goes through on the outside of what we're doing right now. Not everybody hears the emails and all the other stuff, the things that she doesn't bring up because she's not petty. But it frustrates me because, as I said before, I am from California. I am going to fight for somebody who needs me to fight for them if I have to. And Rochelle is too polite and too kind and too nice to fight back for herself. So everybody show her love. Yay. I love you, Rochelle. I found something. I'm trying to see if I could get the full deposition, though. I only have part of it. Is Rochelle not back yet? Can I just keep mumbling?
Sorry. I had to go get a drink. Oh, yeah.
Did you grab me a beer?
No, I got a Coke. Yeah. Drop the link in the Jamie, can you drop your link in the chat?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did. For some reason, StreamYard booted me out of my own StreamYard. I have no idea. Yeah.
I didn't know what to do without you, so I just started talking crap about you.
Shiraz is throwing apples, and I wasn't muted. I got booted. Oh, thank you, Jibs. You sent the files. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much, Jibs.
I have to do it in mine, I think. Right,
You know, guys, like, I've never been a one to just come at and that I'm stuttering here, but I'm always the one to back away from things or try to be the peacekeeper, and I just sure as I know only toss them with affection. So let me see if I can pull up what Jibs just sent here. Give me 1
But that's
second.
literally kind of what I was saying about you while you disappeared on all of us, is the fact that you are too polite, you are too kind. And I say too, and that's just because I'm a tiger. I will come out swinging. I just don't appreciate it when you're being attacked and you don't have your own voice. So I will be your voice until I can make you do this and talk for yourself. You're too
Holy, there is-
adorable. What do you have?
I'm just gonna.
I have the deposition, but I can't get all of it yet. I have part of it.
So here, I'm gonna share this page for everybody. Let me share it because it's only right to share.
Sharing is caring.
I'm just astonished at the jealousy. You would think you have 1 million subs. We're working hard, hoping to get you to 3K. That's it. Like, guys, I'm not even at 3K, right? Comes with the territory. More subs mean more trolls. Yeah. Irene says, I miss seeing your face, Rochelle. I like your expressive face, but I understand why. Well, tonight it's basically, guys, because I'm in my pajamas. I was not coming on. I just wanted to just fall down a rabbit hole, you know.
I don't want to put lashes on.
Oh, I don't ever do that. Everyone should look at it from your opinion. We are all adults. Yeah, we're all adults, and the major thing, guys, is justice. I'm trying to make this so everybody can see it. Thank you, Jibs, for sending this. So this is an incident report. This is the Tallahassee Police Department incident report. Incident is a death investigation at 2116 Trescott Drive. 911, yes. Was evidence collected? Yes. Video, photos and video. Oh, there's no videos or photos. Is there, Jibs?
Only 2 pages, I don't think so.
People must remember this. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I tell myself that every day. You should too. I do. I understand it too. And sticks and stones will break my bones, but names will never hurt me. I understand that too. You are not a channel without trolls or strikes. You made it to the big leagues now, Rochelle. Right or not? I too am in my PJs. Sometimes it's best to stay the way till noon. I tell you, well, I'm in my moo hair bonnet, vaping with a Diet Coke. There you go, Irene.
I'm so thirsty. Quit talking about something to drink. I'm drinking
Victoria
coffee. It's not really good.
I always share Crime and Coffee podcast on social media. Let's keep growing this amazing community. Thank you so much for that support, Victoria. I think some people are irritated that she's not going to pick a tribe, probably just subscribers to other channels that want to see big telenovela.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Jibs. I was like, please tell me there's no pictures. Rochelle, read my last message, please. Deb H. Let me go back to it. Did I miss it? We got you, Rochelle, but you need to lean on us sometimes. Lean on me. Thank you so much. You're a sweetheart, Deb. Claudia. How did Sarah get George to agree to her zipping up the suitcase? Like, I found you now, let me zip you up. Claudia, that is the question. What I don't understand. I don't think he agreed.
I almost
think
think that he was hit with a bat and not conscious when he. That's my own opinion, though. There's no proof of it, but I think that he. I don't think that he was completely awake or conscious. I hate saying that word; it's hard for me.
I think
when
I
she
think
did
he was, I think he was in so much of a pretzel situation that he had no way of stopping her. Claudia, that's the question. I ask it all the time. Tennis Girl says maybe, yeah, but Shiraz, I feel like I have unwittingly chose a side. I liked all the ones involved, but apparently that's not acceptable to certain ones. Yeah, I really don't want to choose a side. I don't listen. There's other creators. I don't just watch, guys. I don't just watch true crime. I watch everything. Anything that interests me, I watch it. And I don't agree with how they carry themselves or how they talk or any of this, but oh well, that's their channel. And if I'm not agreeing or just I'm having an issue watching that one show, I go watch something else. Honestly, I don't get it.
I can say like this today, when me and Rochelle were talking, I was talking about another channel that I was watching. I won't name it just because there's not tonight. Anyways, I was talking about another channel that I was watching, and it's a channel that I show love to. I support, I respect, I enjoy it. My opinion was differing from their opinion, but I still went on there, said I'm just stopping by to show love, saying hi. And then I exited that one once it got to the point where I was like, it's like my opinion is different than theirs. And I'm not going to sit there and go in their comments or in their chat and stuff like that and sit there trying to voice my opinion. It's just what it is. I will still show support and love, even though I may disagree with their opinion. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to boycott them or that I'm going to get anybody else to do anything bad. Just doesn't make sense to me.
Yep. And Deb, right, you're right. In my opinion, we should feel free to view people we like and share our same interests. I agree. I 100% agree. Exactly, Shiraz at Deb H. I'm not worried about it. Tennis Girl isn't even my real name. So are you serious? I feel ripped off. It's not Tennis Girl. Are you sure it's not Tennessee Girl?
Well, I was born with crimes.
Armand says, and the jury is going to say, well, if he could have got out, he would have. I please God. Deb says, FYI, Gordon Ramsay has a new Hell's Kitchen season. Oh, I like that. Claudia says, Rochelle, looking at FOIA info for the first time, they say identify first correct agency. Do you know what that is? I'm going to say no, Claudia. I'm going to say I have tried to go on YouTube to find somebody that walk you through it. Can't find it. And I thought you could find everything on YouTube. What is the point of the chat if you can't voice your opinion? Right, Jibs? If Sarah was confident George could unzip the suitcase by himself, and was petrified of him when got out, riddle me this. Why was she comfortable enough to fall asleep upstairs?
That's what you were asking earlier.
That's what I said to Jamie earlier. There is no way if I was in that situation, I would be comfortable enough to close my eyes. There's just no way.
If you knew that what you just did to a person who is apparently extremely violent towards you, and you just did something that was going to seriously piss them off, are you really going to go sleep? I wouldn't. I'd be out the door. I'd be like, I'm gone. This ain't, no, sorry. She had a way out. She had a way to leave while she was safe, and he was confined apparently. So there's no way you went to sleep hoping that he was going to come have relations with you.
Yeah, and Shiraz, exactly. Shiraz says also the state could show photos that the zippers were actually, Armand says this, sorry. Zippers were actually closed and not the way she made it out to be. I agree. Yeah. Tennis girl. I remember. Oh, I felt so bad for that. I believe George was in the suitcase and laughing as she zipped him up, but he didn't know that her plan was to get him in and not let him out. Once she had him in there, it was all over.
I could see if, because I have fun drinking sometimes. I could see when you're joking around, like, I am old enough, I have adult children, and when we are really bored and we're having a couple drinks or whatever, and we're playing pool and all of that stuff, and then all of a sudden we'll play hide and clap. I don't know who knows what that is, but we'll play hide and clap, and I could fit into the tiniest little spaces and nobody could find me. We get silly. We do. I mean, it's just we're drinking, we're having fun, we're just playing around, acting stupid. So I could see where at first it could have been like laughing and blah, blah, blah. But tell me where in the videos he was having any fun or he was laughing at all at that point. So it turned into something ugly.
She saw an opportunity and she took it.
Yeah, exactly.
Shiraz says, honestly, it doesn't make sense to talk about other YT creators and their subscribers. It'll only get misinterpreted and add gasoline to the fire. I agree.
Exactly.
I agree. Marie says, hard to believe that he just got in suitcase by himself. Too much injury and blunt force.
Yeah.
Yep. Irene
That's what
says,
I'm saying. I think that maybe he got in there. The plan, I don't think, was to zip him up. But I mean, I could see where you were being stupid, having a few drinks and getting ridiculously stupid. I've done it. I'm claustrophobic, so I would not get into a suitcase. But I think that his idea and her idea were two separate ideas, and it went the way it went, and it's an ugly story.
Irene says, if is an Irene out there with my childhood city of for a last name, sorry. Armand.
I was gonna ask Irene once if she was from Calexico, because I was like, is her name Irene and she's from Calexico? But I think she already says she's not from there.
Armand says, Sarah said she used the bat to keep him in the suitcase. If so, how long did she think he had to remain in the suitcase? Yeah, it was like a timeout. You can't be afraid of him and what he'll do if he gets out, and leave ample room for him to get out while you're sleeping. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. Tennis girl says, yeah, and why didn't she drag the suitcase out to the porch, then lock the door and call the cops? They had no problem getting Ellie involved in the. I said that. That earlier.
Yes.
I agree. Deb H.
Or why not leave him in the suitcase and you leave to the bar that's like right down the street, literally, and call the police and explain what's going on so somebody could let him out, that you were in a safe location.
Yep. And I would have to lock the door and barricade myself in or run to a neighbor's. And then again, right? If she was a decent human being, the neighbors would have helped her, but they didn't like her. Irene says, I worked with an older lady who served time for unaliving her husband. She clocked him on the head, waited for him to pass, then called 911. She said she couldn't take it anymore and knew what she did was wrong. Right? Mm-hmm. Jib says, how was 100-pound drunk Sarah able to flip over a suitcase? Because she probably turned into the Hulk. The lady was so sweet and broken and also served her time. Oh, that's sad. Becky says, I pray that the state ends their rebuttal closing argument with the video of George begging for his life. If they do, she's going to be found guilty. Claudia says, agreed. Talking about other channels makes you look ignorant, which you are a lot.
It makes you look petty.
Yeah. My mom was tripping out when she was talking about having a sword fight with utensils. She said, well, no wonder he got in the suitcase. She absolutely, hello 15. She absolutely planned it because she kept saying afterwards, "This is what you make me feel like," because he was abusive. And I, like I said, guys, these two people were toxic together. I
Yeah.
do not take away that George was abusive. I do take away that Sarah was abusive. 100%. I think that Sarah was the more aggressive partner.
At least in this situation.
Yeah,
And
but
most.
Rochelle, what or who do you want the foil for? Well, what I really, really want is I want Donna's drive from Miami-Dade to Leon County. I want that drive. But I would really like to get Sarah Yusuf, Robert Adelson. Honestly, I'd like to get the discovery for Donna. I would really like to get that. Sarah handling that case, Coffin was chilling zero. I know, like I would have vomited. Honestly, I would have vomited. The two, are you the same? The two? Did you just change your picture?
That's been the same.
No. The two is a dog picture. So I'm just wondering if it's the same the two or if it's a different the two. So Sarah would have been better to admit it and discuss, but she denied that's a problem. It is. Tennis Girl said, or Shrez says at Tennis Girl, exactly. She had choices once he was in the suitcase and she chose to leave him there and go to bed. I have to wonder, guys, if she waited till he wasn't moving anymore and then went to bed. Which happened first, video or the bat? That is the question. Yes, at Shiraz, I think what really happened, she was drunk, passed out, and forgot about him. I really don't think she was thinking to red rum him. Oh, really? I think she was, Tennis Girl. I think I don't think in the beginning she was, but I think once she realized, she did. I think she's honestly, in my opinion, and this is my opinion only, I think she sat and watched that suitcase.
But we also know that from the witness that was up there, they said it would take him about 8 minutes, right? And we know he was in there longer than that between the videos.
Yeah.
So she sat there. I believe that she didn't go to bed until she knew he was not going to be able to get out because he was no longer, because maybe he had already expired.
Yeah. Marie says, I remember a text they showed where Sarah said, hide and seek, I shall. Yep. Armand says, I was watching Burn Pile on replay, time zone issue, and Rusty's testimony was hilarious. He had Melody went to Hito Resort, Jamaica, which is famous for swingers. Yes, it is. That is one interesting. Hello, Leah, my friend. Thank you. That is one interesting trial, guys. I think George was at least unconscious before Sarah. I think so too.
Yeah. I believe so.
Sarah seems especially irritated at the thought of everyone thinking she's an alcoholic, right? Yes, I am.
She's more concerned about that. She is more concerned about people thinking she's an alcoholic than the fact that she just let him pass away.
Oh, wow, Latu. Yes, I am. I took it off copyright as I got it off the internet, not knowing it was some famous dog representing a realtor. I truly didn't know until it was pointed out to me. Oh, wow. Becky says, why did George hate the TV? Because it didn't work. Sarah Boone is videoing it as though she approves of it. Just food for thought. I just think it's weird. The whole TV video, I don't understand. It doesn't look like he's aggressive to her. I just don't understand it. Jib says there is a small paragraph about Robert Adelson. FBI did the interview. It would be easier to get over the wall of China. Oh, I'll have to figure that out. Look, my phone's telling me it's bedtime. Do I believe the police interview that occurred just after George's death, or B, a story that Sarah has had 4+ years to come up with a story? I go with A. So I agree with A too. I think she has passed out on the couch soon as he got quiet. I don't think she remembered the video till. No, I didn't know. She. That's just crazy. It's just absurd. I'm just trying to catch up on chat here, guys. Sorry to be so late. I've missed so much of the trial because of being busy. Did they have the autopsy person as a witness? Leah, I'm going to be straight up. I did not watch it today. I just could not do Sarah Boone today. Are you kidding? They struck that at Latu. Wow. Yeah, that's insane. The text would have me believe it was anticipated and she never thought anyone would see the text. Yep. Sarah Boone took a page out of Amber Heard's book, filming the rage and knowing she's safe, in my opinion. I agree. Okay, so
I'm going to pointing out all of the different like things that she was pulling from I think was it yesterday, where it was like next she's going to pull the you don't want the truth and like all these different things from movies and stuff. This lady is freaking her own creation.
Oh, God. Latu, Melody's diaphragm at 58 years old was found and detectives questioned. She said it was her friend's Sherry. She holds their friends' diaphragms for them. Oh. Yes, thank you, Becky. Yes to the medical examiner on the stand. So this is July 18, 2014, homicide victim Daniel Markel. I received a message via email on January 3rd, reference an inmate, Nicholas Eltridge. Okay, this is the one where he was with Garcia. I acknowledge that McNair had stated Nick was represented when Garcia made incriminating statements in the LPOD. Eltridge was not interested in providing any information, so the decision was terminated and Eltridge returned to his pod. Jib says, I'm dying to get the information for Catherine's case, but the feds have it.
We both did that.
No, old Melody still got a diaphragm. Get it, mama. Sorry. Yeah. B says, how does Sarah remember word by word her conversation with George that night? No one to verify, but can't recall the phone call with Brian that night. Can be verified. Things that make you go, right?
Well, that's the funny thing about her is that the only thing that she could remember are the things that made her look like she wasn't at fault. She remembers anything that paints her in a good light, but anything that made her look like she might have done something nefarious, oh, I don't remember. I don't have any memory of that. St. Boone. I used to drink that as a kid. It was cheap.
Okay, I was just seeing that, Claudia. The one who said agreed and makes you look ignorant. I didn't say that. The other Claudia has their C circled outlined in black. I don't have time for people like that. I'm sorry, Claudia, that somebody's doing that to you. And let me see where the one where they made me look stupid. Oh, I see the one. But I agree that talking about other channels makes you look ignorant. I agree about that. It does make you look ignorant. And I don't do it all the time. Oh, God.
Nor have either one of us named a channel except for Emily D. Baker where we were talking positively about her.
Hello, X. Welcome. Sarah has selective memory. She only remembers what she thinks will benefit her. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, what is the need for this, guys? And what a disgusting human being to bring up Russell Williams. especially when somebody that I knew was murdered by him.
Yeah, exactly.
She remembers the 9 minutes where George threatened her, which was not recorded. She could not remember the photo of the suitcase minutes prior.
I'm going to be seriously sickened if she gets off on this, except for I have no hope in the prosecution at this point. None.
X says, I must say that I was overwhelmed by the prosecution in Sarah Boone's case. Underwhelmed, sorry.
No passion.
I thought it was our Claudia too. That's why I didn't make a big deal out of it. Didn't know I saw that, but I thought it was our Claudia and she misstated. Thank you for the heads up, Claudia. Thank you very much, Claudia.
That's what I was thinking too, Shiraz. I was looking at it. I thought it was our Claudia, and I was like, oh, I think she just missaid something. So I ignored it. And not ignored it. I read it, but I mean, I didn't pay mind to it, so to speak.
Yeah, it's just sad. Like, why? Well, hey, why? Welcome. Just wanted to say she's been offered a manslaughter for murder. And if this was a man on trial for this, it would be murder one. Something to think about. Yeah. And she was stupid enough not to take it. But maybe, but hey,
No,
again,
she was smart.
maybe she's smart. What makes me so upset is they had several years to prepare for this, and that's what we got. Taxpayers deserve much better than this pathetic display, and so does George. Account was created today. So they've come in, they've seen me talking to people, and they've decided to copy somebody's name. So they'll be back in and do it again. Sometimes the prosecution will carry on underwhelmed and ramp it up at the end. We can only hope. Latu, I hope. If you haven't, it might be an idea for the mods to report those comments. Thanks. Yeah.
I think that for all of us mods. Sorry.
I trust in the mods. I give you guys, like I said, we give a warning, and then after that, that's that. We just need to get this channel back to where it was and where I hoped it would be. And I trust the mods 100%. I have your back. I know you have mine. That whole Russell Williams comment is just, it's got me rattled.
I was going to say, I think for all of us mods, we've got you, Rochelle. I'm doing 3 things at the moment, but everybody else here, I know we've all got you.
The cross of Sarah was so bad it may have sabotaged the case. I thought so, X. Some people were saying that the prosecution did a good job showing her to have selective memory. Said in general, juries pick up on that kind of thing. Well, let's hope.
They pick up on that kind of thing, but the problem is that when you have a jury, and this is from doing mock trials, but if you have a jury sitting there, and I think that it is Peter who says that the jury is feeling the same way we're feeling when we're watching the trial. So if we feel really like, I tune out when the prosecution speaks at this point because they don't have any drive for this case. So if they're not showing that, then what is the jury sitting there thinking? If the prosecution's not serious about this case, or if they're not taking it to have meaning, then why should I? It's an odd way of putting it, but it's just the prosecution is really falling flat on this case.
Yeah, B Rabbit says I reported those comments. They were disgraceful. Thank you, B Rabbit. Y says the state will bring it all together in closing. I hope so. Y. Deb, I reported 2 of the messages. Thank you, Deb. In my opinion, if she can get a hung jury, the state won't retry this case. She will walk. This is just gross. Armand says the problem is we have all seen the true Sarah and her shenanigans. The jury hasn't and will rely on her testimony. That is it right there. The two, it's unfortunate there was abuse on both sides. The difference is George didn't intentionally unalive Sarah, right?
And unfortunately, he's not here to tell his story.
6 jurors, fast verdict, in my opinion. Why? I hope you're right. Hello, Jordan. How are you? But I'm just going to see what else is on here. This was the Eldridge report.
Although I will say that the judge kind of disappointed me in this case too, though. Like, I really thought he was going to not allow some of the stuff he let in.
Irene says the state needs to stop pussyfooting her around along with the court. Owens tells the judge what to do, and the state has a hand tied down. Yep. That's what I see, but I'm so glad that there's people in this community that see it differently, because I am grateful for that, because there's still hope. Jordan says, I'm good, thanks. It makes it less appealable. Yeah, I'm hoping, because I just can't even. I don't even want to bring myself to think that that woman's going to walk. Irene says, I'm over the judge. Jamie, too much bending in effort to protect the record. Let her appeal.
Exactly. It's just disgusting. I'm so tired of this case. I can't watch it. And I love watching trials. I can't watch this one. I'm struggling with this trial. I was shaking. I was so angry today. I called Rochelle up shaking and yelling, like not yelling, but I was frustrated. And usually she's the one calling me yelling.
Who are the state scared of? I agree. It feels like they are. My chat screen is locked. Don't know how to make it scroll again. Deb, I think you might have to go out and come back in. She's going to appeal anyway. Let her. They are fearful of her. She is psychotic. There you go. Right there.
They're scared that she's going to zip them in their briefcase.
Oh, the judge is weak. I agree with that. He seems more worried about himself and his judicial record than he does about the victim. Jordan, who knows? Maybe she's got a special wanted ad already made up for it. Who knows?
If she's indignant, or I can't say that word anymore. Anyways, if she is found that she was, she was, because she was allowed how many freaking court-appointed attorneys? 8?
9. 9.
Was it 9? Okay. So I'm talking about before Owens. Was it 9 before Owens? Is he the 10th?
Yeah, because she would have been her 10th, I believe.
I thought that.
No, sorry, you're right. 8. She would have been the 9th if you count her as her own lawyer. Yeah, no. And Owen would be the 10th.
Like, because she had court-appointed attorneys, she will also be afforded court-appointed appeal. But let's just pray that it doesn't go that. Well, no, because again, I have a feeling that. It's just
okay. So I'm going to go on while you're.
Yeah.
B Rabbit says, unfortunately, her walking is a real possibility, but I also haven't been watching the entire trial. I can't stomach it, so could be wrong. I try to watch it and I just get angry. So, oh God, they are scared in case he sends them a letter. Oh. Okay, good, Deb. It's working now. Y says, I thought she might climb into the suitcase today to show how fun it really is.
We were thinking that too.
I was saying, let her climb in. Oh, no, this doesn't sound good. Another bad day in court. Yeah. Armand says, if she walks, she will sue. Mm-hmm. Yep. She is indigent per the court.
Yeah, that's a word. I can't say that word.
Feels sorry for appellate lawyers. Should warn him or her. Yep. Maybe Ufferman. He deserves it. I haven't really watched, but do people really think she might watch? Some people do, Jordan. Some people do. Oh, yeah. Try switching off. Jordan, it's just fear mongering won't happen. I'm not trying to fear monger.
Not
That's
at all.
not what I'm doing. Go ahead, sorry. I think I'm coming at it from a victim's point of view, seeing that the prosecution really isn't showing much, but I'm definitely not fear mongering. I'm not watching this.
It's not fear mongering. It's that I've had to sit in trials. I've had to do mock trials. I've had to do all of that stuff. It's not fear mongering. It's knowing what we're looking for and what we're seeing. And so it is a real possibility that she is going to walk. And that's a possibility with any case. It's not fear mongering. It's just the reality. She may walk. The prosecution is falling flat.
Yeah. The 2 says, I'm not watching this trial. I'm watching Melody Ferris burn pile. I know, it's so interesting. I do turn in momentarily. I think Sarah's judge is more competent than Ferris burn pile. This guy is very lax. Does he own a tie? I know, right? Everything is casual Friday for him. Everything.
So in the other trial, is that judge not doing a good job?
He's just
very catch up on that one.
He's lackadaisy. He's lackadaisy. Okay. Claudia says, Deb H, I got a phone call, so now I'm back. My icon C is just gray, and the other one has a black outline around theirs. Okay. X says, I watched it, and the prosecution did a bit better today, but it was still underwhelming. Well, I'm glad. She is a functional psychotic, capable of anything and everything. She is, in my opinion, and in Y's opinion, she's a functioning psychotic. That is our opinions. I have to correct that because YouTubers are getting sued. The evidence speaks for itself. She ain't going to walk. Like I said, Y, Patricia Burns, Claudia, I am praying you guys are right. I love the judge in the SB and DA trials. They're super smart to protect the record. God knows we don't want the appeals court to overturn the jury decision.
There was a point where you're looking
Jordan, no, none of them are these 2 are not in Tallahassee. One's in Georgia and one's in Orange County in Florida.
In the beginning, I was looking at this case and I was watching the way the judge was ruling on certain things. And I would sit there and I think, okay, that's good, because the more leniency he gives to the defense, the less chances of appeals, as everybody says. But then I started noticing it seemed like he just wasn't going to step up and say anything against the defense. Like the defense could do no wrong at this point. They were getting everything given to them. And that got frustrating. That's where I started to worry.
Oh, yeah. Tennis Girl says, I kind of felt the same after Georgia crossed Charlie, but the jury saw through it. Yeah, he was so easy to see through. That's the thing. I will give props to Owens. He is passionately defending Sarah. He is. It's a rural area, and it's their style in backwoods Georgia, I was told. Oh, just to be okay. Listen, I remember watching a few days and I'm like, he's very casual. Claudia, you need to make a small change to your name. Unbelievable. I like Melody's house though. Yes. Claudia, it's okay. I understand that they got a black. I gotcha. I see it. I can see it, but I think they're gone. Melody is a purebred Southern bell end. I'm not even sure what a bell end is. Just let me catch up with chat because it's gone off the rails. It looks to me that it's all up to the jury. It's in their hands from what I've seen the prosecution in the week. And I'm trying to keep some faith in the jury. They have to be able to see through Sarah. I agree. Got to try. One of the things I hate about this judge is every time there's an objection, the judge has them approach. It's very annoying, and I don't get why he does it. And they tried to hide. YouTube tried to hide your comment, Patricia Cup. I think it's probably because you said purebred. I have no idea. When I watched Georgia cross Charlie the first time, I was disappointed. When I watched it over and over, I realized Georgia was precise and set up for closing.
Mm-hmm.
The prosecution has 2-hour video coming up. It's going to be good. I can't wait. I changed my background to white so I can see different if Claudia comes on. She's out the airlock, as Sherez says. Crime and Coffee Crew is the fat end of a... Well, there you go. There you go. She's out the airlock. In my opinion, Sarah's uniform is not doing any favors. She looks ridiculous dressed as a professional. Smart casual wouldn't have been a better choice, in my opinion.
But is it just me, or is Sarah sitting there every day trying to act like she's not the defendant, but she's one of the attorneys?
I think she thinks she's second chair.
Yeah.
I really do. Who knew? I do. I think she's second chair. The prosecution does have a rebuttal case coming up, and it may save them, but we have to see. We have to just wait and see. Right? We do. OMG, Patricia. Yes, that is anatomical name. Sarah looks so full of herself in a suit and putting on evidence gloves. She's sick. Yes, she is. At Claudia, I believe it is her demeanor after the 911 call does not look scared. She doesn't. She didn't even look upset. She didn't look anything. She's writing the same thing over and over. It was not intentional. I made straight A's.
That's what she's doing. I love George. I love George. Unintentional. Blah blah blah. It's disgusting. She's disgusting.
Crimes Untangled. She's playing a human and an attorney. I've never seen a legal team give back rubs and attend girls to a defendant. Yeah, the Barker's beauties are something. They are something. She writes, I excel at everything. Yep. But the one Barker's beauty, she definitely wore a different shirt the rest of the trial, didn't she? She showed zero emotion for her victim. Zero. By the way, I heard that Donna does have new lawyers. A new trial date should be set soon. It should be Joel's STS, and his guests said they see a guilty verdict. I hope so. Listen, I think I like STS. I like that channel. I enjoy it. I go on in the afternoon and listen to Joel's breakdown at lunch. I am a little jealous of Joel because I wish I was in Florida so I could go to these cases. But I am grateful for Joel for doing it.
I love Joel. He does a great job at what he does. And I absolutely hope that, there's a saying, hope for the best, expect the worst. I think I'm just used to expecting the worst.
The pay for play psych expert didn't even mention SB seems stunned and immature. She sounded like she was getting 25 for every time she answered yes.
Right.
Burn Pile will be guilty too. Oh, why? That's an interesting case. I'm telling you, that is interesting.
I've got to catch up on that one. I've really got to catch up.
I hate Sarah's smug, stupid face in court and her hideous hairdo. Don't we all?
She's using toothpaste to gel it back.
She is
uniquely.
What I can't say it. It's not coming out. Not coming out.
Uniquely.
Regardless of abuse, the video will sink her. I hope so too. I'm hoping that people don't take it as she snapped. That's what I'm hoping.
But here's a question about snapping. When you snap, like I've got kids, and when they're irritating the crap out of me when they were younger, and I would snap, I didn't lock them in a suitcase. But you snap and you yell for a second there, and then you gather your thoughts and you step back for a moment. That's not snapping when she zipped in the suitcase for how long? Because now you have time to relax, calm down, and think about what's happening. That's not snapping, right? That's a question, though. I'm
Yeah.
curious.
X says, I think YSL case is going to be a mistrial. Wow. Joel is in the courtroom. He's been rubbing elbows with Owens and Harrison. And did you hear Joel say that Sarah's girlfriend that was in jail with her is in the courtroom? That was great when Joel said that. I've got to dip into Burn Pile now. Irene,
That's what I said.
It's an incredible case. Tomorrow's a good day in Burn Pile. An elderly lady, Martha Jane, will be transported to court. Surprise evidence, and Melody stole the gun. I can't wait for that. Why? Oh yeah, that's another one. Some attorney was saying if you get the expert to say no a lot to your question, it's fantastic. Sorry, hiccups. And jury sees that as well. He said, great job on cross of expert. I don't know. Snapping is a myth. I agree, Patricia. I always ask, would you snap in front of a cop? No. I think it's hilarious she did that video. Like, stupid. Did you mean a message to me or the other Claudia? Okay, that made me bring sick up in my mouth. No, I'm just, some people I'm just hope nobody thinks that. That's what I'm saying. Jamie, can you go ahead and chat? I got to take care of these hiccups.
All right. Where'd you leave off? Okay. Because I can't scroll as she does. Let's go. Where were we left off? Where were we left off at? I'm just stunned at the jealousy. How far down? Am I down far enough? Oh, I was way up there, wasn't I? Everybody laughed at me for that one. Do I believe A, the police interview that occurred just after Jorge's death, or B, a story? Yeah, we already read that. See, I'm so far behind on the chats because she takes care of all these. I'm so sorry. I reported the comments. Oh my goodness, I'm so far behind. I apologize, everybody. So sure, her hiccups will be healed by the time I do this.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, I was so far up that I couldn't come down to the bottom fast enough. Oh yeah, that's another one. Some attorney was saying if you get the experts say no. Yep, see, I'm so far behind.
Patricia says at Crime and Coffee Crew, what made me bring sick up was the comment about Sarah having a girlfriend. I was laughing when Joel said that today. I was laughing. The Burn Pile, her 84-year-old cousin called the cops and said Melody took the gun from her house. Jurors are visiting the crime scene tomorrow. And I think the elderly cousin is taking the stand tomorrow. Yes, Latu, it's going to be a great day. Armand says, I have my laptop on my stationary bike doing zone 2 training. Chat is too captivating to leave it.
Hey, Rochelle, do you have a secret for how you got rid of your hiccups? Because I can never get rid of mine that quick.
Yes, I take 10 slow sips of water, not breathing, and it's gone.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That works.
My grandfather told me. Yep.
That's crazy.
You got to take 10 slow sips and hold your breath at the same time.
The more you know.
Martha Jane is going to be a hero after this. Yeah. She definitely is. And to hear, like today, they had a little recording of her where she said she's so ashamed to even go outside of her house. That was heartbreaking. That was Debbie
Boozy Boone.
Boozy Boone wanted to hit the suitcase with the bat. Disgusting. Welcome. I think Rusty has a good chance of being charged. I agree. Why? I agree. Like, what is okay? I know a lot of people aren't following it, but all, like, are you kidding me? Like, is that a code word for something? I don't get it, guys. I've been trying to figure it out. Anybody following? I was expecting more than Super 8 and Hito from Rusty, but that was about all we got. And again, for somebody that is so neat, clean, tidy, organized, I can't imagine that you would go to a Super 8. I just don't, but oh, she wanted to hit the suitcase in court. Yeah. Was Mr. Burnpile a bad guy, or did Mr. Burnpile just want to get her smaky time on? No, he was a good guy. She had what we know of as two fares, and his name was Gary Ferris. Armand says, yes, it's a code word. Rusty explained it. I'm going to have to go back and... Yeah, but didn't he say it was a code word for carry on, get things done, and this and that? Like, power through. Y says, Gary, the victim, was a good man and didn't deserve his wife killing him for his money. Yeah. He was a good man. Tennis says, just know the Mr. worked so his ass off and made a lot of money, and they all sponged off him. Yep, all his kids sponged off of him. Everything. It's disgusting. She did for the money. Yep.
I really got to look into this. This is driving me nuts. Everybody's talking about something I actually don't know about on True Crime today. This is interesting.
Shiraz says, who here has seen Hito Rick? Not me. Gary just wanted a divorce so he could go on a date. I think Amanda has a hot hand in it somehow. That really bugs me. The one daughter, Amanda. It really, really bugs me. Forward, hand on waist, all, lots of codes. Yep. Oh, actually, yeah, all the XOXO and forward and chess games. Yeah. I'm from Australia. Welcome.
Hello.
Oops, I mean, a friend of mine had been to Hito. Y says the wife had a diaphragm in her truck. The lady is a tramp. But she is, guys, and Y is not even joking. It's true. You think that, Latu? You think Rusty is Jeff Lacoste needs to break the spell? That's interesting because I think Rusty is actually involved. Innocent folks don't talk in code. Yep. Here we go. Another TV is 5.
I knew you were going to go there.
It's very sad.
I'm Googling it, Shiraz. I've got to Google that now.
And to know that at Emily's wedding, she was carrying on with Rusty. Her fling right in front of her husband. It's just disgusting. It's just disgusting. Rusty knows but wasn't there. Okay, the two. So, okay, guys, anybody following the Melody Ferris Burnpile trial? Did Melody move Gary by herself, or is there help? This is my question I keep asking. I think Gary was done and changed her from being his beneficiary, so she unalived him. I think so too. If I didn't have my tube set, I'd probably have a diaphragm too. Women are getting pregnant in their 50s. No, thank you. No, thank you. He makes me laugh so hard, my abdominals ache for days. I'm going to have to check that out. Well, I don't know if I should thank you or gouge my eyes out, Shiraz. Deb says she had help in her opinion. Also, Gary's secretary can't remember
Gross.
Ridiculous. I know that did bug me. I'm like, come on, you're just admit to it. And how do you not remember? Melody looks pretty old, but I don't know her age. I think she's in her 70s. Shiraz, who's making you laugh? I think Melody Ferris is in her 70s. Let me just see here. I'm
looking. I went ahead and Googled what Shiraz said to Google, and if that is just gross. If it's that guy, that is gross. Shiraz, why would you even do that?
Let me just see if I can find her age. Oh, 68. Oh, okay. We got 64. We got 68. Do we have 72? No, I'm just joking, guys. I'm just playing. Guys, she's 59 years old. Let me share the page. Melody Ferris. News outlets report 59-year-old Melody Ferris was arrested in Tennessee on Tuesday. Okay, so when was she arrested? No, she was 59 when arrested. Okay, so we're 2 years in. Is it 2 years? I'm just going to go to the report and see what it says for what day. This was 5 years ago. Okay. Sorry, not sorry. So 2019, she was arrested. Whoever said 64 gets the prize. Yep. Who said 64? Let's go up. Let's go up. Armand says 64. Did you watch up until the point where he nearly falls down? Hello, April, my friend. I'm older than Melody by several years. Golf keeps me young. Someday I'm going to have to come to where you are, April, and you're going to have to teach me how to play golf. I have no idea. I'm horrible at it. Horrible. Armand, clapping emojis. I don't feel like scrolling down to those. Bravo. April says, open door for you, Rochelle. Thanks. At Crime and Coffee, my theory is in my previous comment. Let me go look at your previous comment. I'm going to find you. I think Melody fired a shot off in basement to scare him into running outside, and she followed and shot him near the burn pile and then shoved him in with the mini tractor. Oh, interesting theory.
That's a good theory, though.
Yeah, because I was like, I couldn't get over, like, she would have had to have help, right? Armand Fenn, no worries. I gave myself a pat on the back. And you know what, Armand? That gets you 3 stacks of moldy cash. That is a great theory. Absolutely. Oh, here we go. You still watching Bird Pile on LNC? You would really enjoy our chat on PP. Because I honestly, I'm for anybody that's not following the trial, I'm sorry, but I really do find that it's a good trial. It's a great trial. I have it on while I'm at work and I'm listening because I am stuck on that trial. It's a long one though. They're already, sorry, what is it, day 13 or 14 right now? April. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, look, Armand, the moldy stacks are flying your way. The moldy stacks. Now, okay, we've got 2 new lawyers for Donna's trial. We need to come up with another emoji for Donna's trial. Since I hardly sleep, I'm going to check out the Burn Pile. It's a good trial. You won't regret it, Irene.
I know. I really have to catch up on that one now. Now I'm mad that I missed it.
Yeah, Melody is a horrible mother. She's disgusting to 3 of her kids. Absolutely, she is. I did the same, but still had to hold it up to my ear at times. Today was a bad day for audio because the recordings of Melody were so low. If you're right, Patricia, Netflix is probably watching this trial with cha-ching in their eyes. Yeah, I have zero confidence in Tally DA. They are so flat-footed and so behind the criminals. I am so fanaticistic about the whole thing. Sorry, I got my wrong glasses on, guys. I have to really get up to the screen. I would have watched it, but the timing was bad for me. I'm on rewatch at night. I laughed so hard yesterday at P and still hours later, too much fun. But yeah, they well, this girl has to get up early for work.
Well, this went on longer than we were expecting it to. I just wanted everybody to show you their love so you can smile again.
Patricia, you're right. The Burn Pile trial is like a full series of Dallas. You are so right.
That's kind of
Hey, Roseanne,
crazy.
welcome. Hello, guys. I recognize a lot of you from earlier today. Welcome, Roseanne. The problem I have is that I can watch only for an hour because it is nighttime where I am. Love you, Rochelle at Crime. Thank you so much, Tennis Girl. I appreciate every single one of you. You have no idea. And my dogs are wanting to go outside and I gotta pee. I really do appreciate every single one of you, and I appreciate the support you give this channel. And to me, it's not a channel, it's a community. And I've said that right from the beginning, even when I only had 1 sub. I said the same thing. So it's not just me. My dogs are arseholes. So I want to thank every single one of you. You guys are so very important to me. Sleep well, everyone. Long day. Rebuttal will be great. Trust in the truth. Dave, I thank you for that.
Sleep well.
Actually, the audio can be gained up in StreamYard.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. I'm not streaming it because other channels are doing it, and I don't want to step on anybody's toes on that one. So I'm just watching. I mean, I'm a spectator Who was the first sub? The very first sub was a troll.
Really?
The very
Was
first
it?
sub, yes, it was Bubba.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
The very
Wow.
first sub was Bubba.
Imagine that, your very first sub being a troll. That is funny.
Yeah.
Ah,
Actually, I said that one. Shiraz says, thanks for providing this space for us, Rochelle. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And Shiraz, thank you so much for today. I so much appreciated your time and your guidance. I'm truly perplexed that someone could be horrible to you, Rochelle. I couldn't believe it, but it is what it is, and I just have to remember to keep this space safe. Thanks, Crime and Coffee Crew, Tennis Girl, Deb H, Shiraz, YBN at the 2. Thank you for coming in, though, Roseanne. I appreciate that. Yeah, right, Armand. It's hilarious. I as soon as you said it, I'm like, I know who the first. That's got to be like a good omen, right? You would hope. And it was on the first video I did of Wendy's interrogation. And
jeez.
He came in and took over, but I was okay with it. I was okay with him taking over because we were having a debate and I really enjoyed it. And again, it was my first person in one of my lives. So I was like, sure, let's debate. So it's, but from here on in, guys, are you on tomorrow evening, Rochelle? I'm going to try to be. Yes, it'll probably be around 7:30, 8 o'clock. Because I got to put.
I didn't a later time.
Pardon?
Because I thought that you were gonna try to go earlier because you didn't want to stay up so late at night.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
so
I'm gonna try to cut it back a bit. But yeah, I've got PP sent me. Oh well, thank you. The like I said, I wasn't coming on tonight because I was so beaten down with all this, and I just want this community to be a safe place. So from here on in, guys, what's going on in other channels and all that, just going to leave it at the door, please and thank you. I want to get us back to justice. I want to get us back to remembering the victims, keeping the victims' names out there, and whatever is going on the outside of here, let's just leave it out there, please. Help me get this channel back to where it was. And she told Rusty, you're right, she told Rusty that Gary was on the burn pile on the day of deletion. You're right, I forgot about that, Armand.
Sorry.
We not speaking about others, never really have, and we will take care of trolls by timing out and ignoring. Yep. And that's the way it is, guys. And the best mods ever, because honestly, I couldn't do it without yous. And I just yes, at Patricia Burns, at Rosemary and I were conversing during the burn pile all day. I couldn't do it with the moderators. Jamie, thank you for tonight. I appreciate you
as always.
You guys and the subscribers. Listen, I am so blessed because this is such a small little channel and you guys stick with me and I can't thank you enough. Members, I can't thank you enough. I'm going to be working on the memberships. I'm working on some changes. But I just think there, look at that. My friend
there he
Ian. Is. My friend Ian, hello. Ian, you always come in right at the end. Right at the end.
Hi, Ian.
Thank you, Latu. And that's what I really just wanted, right?
Oops.
We all go to, and I'm not saying anything about it. We all talking about me, I hope. Oh, we were just saying how sexy you were. That's what we were talking about, Ian. I'll be honest. We all go to the bigger channels and everything like that, and we get where we want to discuss, and sometimes we can't. Facts. Sometimes we can't do it. So that's what I really wanted. I wanted somewhere we could all come in and discuss things that we're hearing and learning and seeing.
And a place where people could have different opinions and still be safe.
Exactly. Patricia, right on. At Ian, the only person who can make Carl Steinbach giggle. I love it when Ian does that. I truly do. And anyone, please join us over on Discord. Join us over on Discord. I'll catch a rewatch. That's not worthy for real. That is noteworthy for real. But I don't know, Shiraz, are you able to put the Discord link in? Join us over at Crime and Coffee on Discord. Armand says, surprised Carl hasn't yet spoken about the state's response to Charlie's motion. I am too. Oh, it is noteworthy. Absolutely. I love it when Ian makes them giggle. My favorite, Georgia looks at Wendy, chuckles, and says, yeah, so do I. After Wendy says she learned something today. That's iconic comeback. I loved it.
I laughed my ass off. It was so snarky. It was perfect.
Ian, what are you watching? Suitcase, burn pile, what?
The burning of the suitcase.
Surviving the Survivors doing a stream about state response tomorrow. Hoping Team J on there. He's local and knows the most. Yeah. I can't wait. Yeah, everyone, there is the Discord in chat. You can join it. Join us. Watching Sarah Booz, not exactly looking like a slam dunk. I agree, and I agree.
Terrible thought.
I love that you call her Sarah Booz. I really do. I love that. Well, everyone, I know this was an odd live tonight. I apologize, and let's just get Crime and Coffee back to where it started.
Rochelle, why are you apologizing when I kind of forced you to do this? You're like, I'm sorry, it's not what you guys want.
Oh, look, we got Armand joined. Thank you for joining Discard, Armand.
Why is my Discord not up? That's weird. I think I closed it.
But all right, night everyone for coming live. Jamie and Crime and Coffee crew, I appreciate every single one of you. You have no idea. Hope everyone has a great rest of their evening. I'm sorry, Roxanne, that we're not on longer. I do apologize.
Thank you, everybody, for showing Rochelle your love. That's all I wanted her to see tonight.
I appreciate you, Ian. I miss you, my friend. And I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you. Have a good night. Talk to you later.